Hello. For communion this morning, I want us to think about bridges again. I know, I talked about bridges last week, the Davis Avenue Bridge. But in the early 1960s, the Fort Duquesne Bridge wasn't actually the Fort Duquesne Bridge. They had started to build that whole bridge complex from the north side to the Golden Triangle all the way over to the west side. And they ran out of funds. So the Fort Duquesne Bridge only came about 3/4 of the way across the river to the north side. And for years, it remained unfinished. So in 1963, a student from Pitt decided that it might be interesting to see if he could drive off of that bridge and make it to the other side. Sounds reasonable, doesn't it? So he got in his station wagon and he ran through the barricade, and nobody knows how fast he was actually going. And he flew off the edge of the unfinished bridge and made it to the other side of the river, but landed upside down on the roof. He crawled out and he was fine. And the police never could figure out why he did it in the first place. So that bridge for a while, to Pittsburghers, was called the Bridge to Nowhere. There is another bridge to nowhere in Southern California, in the San Gabriel mountain range in Southern California. In 1936, they built a bridge to span a gap between some roads they were trying to meet up between two communities. They finished the bridge, and as they continued to finish the road, there was a major storm, and the road was flooded out and destroyed on one side. Well, I never finished it. And so if you go to the San Gabriel Mountains in Southern California, to this particular spot in the mountains, you will find a bridge that actually does go nowhere. You have to hike up to one side, and the other side has no road to take you past that bridge. It's a bridge to nowhere. Through the sacrifice of Jesus, Jesus becomes a bridge. He bridges that span, that gap between the holiness of God and our own sinful natures. We are finally to the bridge of Jesus Christ to make it across that span. Now, they built that bridge, and they must have spent a lot of money, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But now the bridge has no purpose. The opposite is true here. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the very life of Jesus was spent to create this bridge. And the sad irony is that some people see that bridge, and that bridge leads to somewhere wonderful, but they dismiss it and decide not to take it. God set in motion a plan from the very foundations of this universe to save us by the bridge of Jesus, and to put all that effort into bringing man close to him, even though we don't have to do a thing for that to happen, to spend all the blood, sweat, and tears and very life of Jesus, and have people say no to it, to me is tragic. This morning, say yes to that bridge. Cross it. You won't be disappointed. Let's worship him in communion.
We chose the cross with every breath, the perfect life, the perfect death. You chose the cross. Eternal life. You chose the cross. chose the cross. From the grave victorious, he rose again so glorious.